Hey, what is up, Team Rock Rep? Coach Chris here with another weekly video. You notice my background behind me is a little bit different, and that is because last week when I finished filming up the week's video, I actually somehow managed to drop my camera off of the tripod and it broke my lens. So for the time being, I'm going to have to be recording off of my iPhone 10. Which hopefully doesn't affect the video quality too much, and the sound quality should be just peachy because of this little guy right here. But yeah, so this is going to be my setup for the foreseeable future because camera lens attachments, unfortunately, are not cheap. So I'm going to be rocking with the iPhone 10 for the time being. So forgive me in advance that the quality of the video may be a little bit down. So this week, talking about something that is very important, or at least should be for most Americans, and that is black coffee, right? I get a lot of questions from clients asking, whenever they first start their program, hey, do I have to cut out coffee or can I still drink it? Is it going to affect my weight loss or my body fat loss? And so wanted to make a video on it. This is something I've talked about in the past on my Instagram story. Believe I even have an article or two on it on my RockRep website. But I wanted to make a video on it just to kind of help pushing the message out there that yes, you can still drink your coffee, but there are some things to be thinking about with that said. And also, I want to explain some of the reasons why I think you should actually be drinking coffee as long as you're generally healthy and coffee in general does not cause any detriment to your health. I know for some people it induces anxiety. Some people, obviously if you have a heart problem, you should not be drinking loads and loads of caffeine. But if you're very generally healthy and coffee has not seemed to cause any health problems for you in the past, then right on, this video is for you. So going to talk about three things: caffeine, antioxidants, and calories, and why coffee has a benefit. Okay, so caffeine, going to start off. Obviously, coffee is a natural source of caffeine, and if you're not sure what caffeine does in your body, it stimulates your central nervous system, so it's what wakes you up, right? And caffeine specifically has actually been found or has been correlated to two very specific things in training. The first is an association with an increase of strength, so you can lift more weights. The second is it's been sort of correlated to a blunt in the painful burn that you may feel, especially in some of those higher rep sets. If a lot of bodybuilders train between 10 and 20 reps per set to shock that muscle, get the volume that they need in, that's associated with a burn, right? That lactic acid builds up with those longer rep sets, or those higher rep sets, I should say. So coffee's been associated with a blunt in that burn. So obviously you can maybe go a little bit harder, maybe use a little bit more weight for more reps, which in turn is going to help you with your goal of putting on muscle, which later on is going to help you with your goal of decreasing your body fat. Once you get obviously higher muscle mass, your BMR will go up, so that has an implication on your fat loss goals. So that's thing number one. Thing number two, antioxidants. And this is not a made up statistic, but caffeine is the most consumed source of antioxidants in the American diet. That's why I referenced at the beginning of the video, this is something that is very important to Americans. And if it's not, it should be, because coffee is the number one source of antioxidants in the typical American diet. Antioxidants, obviously good for health. They help remove harmful free radicals out of your system. And I'm not saying that you should lean on drinking coffee over eating your fruits and vegetables, which in my opinion should be your most common source, not coffee. But I will say that it at least is better than nothing at all, not getting any antioxidants in your diet. It would be better to at least get them in from coffee if you're maybe not so great about getting your fruits and veggies. So that's just another health benefit there of coffee. And finally, calories. The average cup of coffee, and I want to make a quick distinction here. I'm talking about black coffee, not the rainbow unicorn bullcrap that you get from Starbucks that has 90 grams of sugar in one cup of it. I'm talking about true, American black coffee, drinking it like a man. And the average cup of black coffee has about 10 calories per cup. So not a lot. In energy drinks, I don't know off the top of my head how many calories there would be in an energy drink, but I'd be willing to bet more than 10. And so that's something that's you have to take into consideration, because if you like your coffee, you like your caffeine, you like your energy, you can obviously drink more coffee than you can of an energy drink and have a little bit more of a sustained, a little bit more subtle increase in energy versus feeling cracked out. So that's just another implication, especially when you're on something like a contest prep. Coffee's really not going to have any sort of detrimental effect on your diet, because you shouldn't be drinking more than between 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day, but let's just say you drink past that and you drink 6 or 7, that's 70 calories max added into your diet. And if that's going to throw you for a loop, you're doing something terribly wrong with your diet intake. So those are my thoughts. You should be drinking coffee if you are generally healthy and you have a weight loss or muscle gain goal, and it is healthy for you. So quit buying into this that you have to cut out coffee because it's not good for your health, or that it's going to prevent you from losing weight somehow. I've heard people make arguments about what it does to your insulin. Like, all of that is a ton of crap. There's scientific evidence pointing to the fact that coffee is, in fact, a good supplement, if you want to look at it that way, to incorporate into your normal diet, as most people already do. But you have to make sure that you're making the distinction between a black coffee and the sugar-filled nonsense that you get, at a normal coffee shop. So those are my thoughts. If you guys have not already subscribed, please do so. Turn on the bell notifications down below. I know life gets hectic, so it's easy to forget that I do post videos every single Monday. And a lot of you told me that you enjoy my content, so I want to make sure that you're not missing any of it, because it's free and it's very helpful, educational content. Turn on the bell notification after you subscribe so you do get notified each and every week on Mondays when I post my videos. If you have topics that you'd like me to cover in future videos, you can drop them in the comment section below, or you can email me. You get on my website, leave me a message there, and all of that stuff is going to be linked below in the description box. I hope you guys have a blessed week. Go out, get some gains, drink some coffee, and I will see you all here next Monday. Until then, stay healthy and God bless.